welcome to Channel 5 News. I'm Barbara, giving you your news with my co-host, Kathy Walters.
Hi, on today's agenda, we plan to tell you all about the surprise launch from Russia.
A couple of days ago, we received some exciting news from Russia. They just sent out their first satellite, Sputnik. Right now, we don't have a lot of information about the launch. Let's watch some live footage to see what it's all about.
Wow, that was pretty amazing. Now let's go to Gwen in Russia to see if we can get some news about the surprise launch from a Russian scientist himself.
Thanks, Barbara and Kathy. Today we are in Russia with an actual space scientist who took part in the Sputnik launch. How do you feel about being the first country to launch something into space?
Good question. Well, Gwen, it's a very big accomplishment for the Russians today. I can't give out too much information, but Sputnik was obviously the first satellite to be launched into space. It was launched just a few days ago, October 4th, 1957. It is about the size of a beach ball and should take about 98 minutes to orbit the Earth. It feels amazing to beat the U.S. at launching something into space.
Oh my! That is exciting. Were you nervous at all for the launch? Did you have any doubt that something may have went wrong?
You know, Gwen, when we were getting ready to launch, I did get a little nervous that it wasn't going to be as planned. This took a lot out of us and we worked very hard. If it were to fail, there would have been a lot of disappointment from everyone. But when I realized that we had made it, relief went through my body. It was an amazing moment that I will never forget.
Wow, seems like a lot of work was put into this launch. And now, you've got the world's attention. What do you plan on doing next?
Well, now that we do have the world's attention, people can see what we do. We do have something in mind. We're not just going to stop here. The space race is not over. It has just begun.
Thank you for your time. There have been a lot of information about the launch straight from a Russian scientist himself. And back to you, Barbara and Kathy.
Thank you, Gwen, and thank you for sharing all that information with us, Mr. Scientist. Barbara, isn't all this space race news exciting?
It sure is, Kathy. I wonder what's going to happen next. Sputnik, the first satellite in space. Next, there's going to be a man walking on the moon.
Oh, golly, that would be swell. Well, that's all we have for today. Tune in tomorrow for some news on Channel 5. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Barbara. Have a good night. Hi, welcome back to Channel 5 News. I'm Barbara, giving you your news with my co-host, Kathy Walters.
Hello. On October 4th, 1957, Russia launched their first satellite into space, Sputnik. Many people say that this was the end of the space race, but others say that it was just the beginning.
Kathy, that is a very good point. It seemed to me that Russia was not pleased with their first Sputnik launch because a couple of days ago, on November 3rd, 1957, Sputnik 2 was launched into space. The second launch was just 4 weeks after their first Sputnik launch. Let's go to Gwen, who again is with the Russian scientist. Russia.
Thanks, Kathy and Barbara. I'm here in Russia again with the scientist who was involved in the newest scandal, Sputnik 2. Tell us about your newest launch.
Well, Gwen, as you already knew, it was launched November 3rd, 1957. This launch was improved from the first one because it had a live passenger in it, a dog named Lakia. When planning the launch, it was in the plan for Lakia to return to Earth, but sadly that was not the case.
Oh my, that is really sad. Can you tell me what happened?
Sure. Well, it was very sad, but we do have an idea of what happened up there. We believe that Lakia's heart was beating 260 cycles per minute, which is 3 times higher than the normal. The dog did survive the actual launch, but died when the cabin overheated.
That is too sad. I'm really sorry to hear about that. There is questions raised that since the satellite did not return, there is no true evidence of it carrying an actual dog. What are your thoughts on this?
This is a very interesting question raised because for a fact there was a dog in there, and sooner or later we will have evidence and we will prove all of you wrong.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Information about the Sputnik 2 launch from a Russian scientist himself. Back to you, Barbara and Kathy.
Wow, that was some amazing information. That poor doggy. Let's watch some live footage from the Sputnik 2 launch.
Wow, congrats to the Russians in their second launch in less than 4 weeks.
Now just in from Gwen that she has met up with a little boy named Ben Johnson. He lives in Neenah, Wisconsin and really wants to share his input on the space race.
Let's go to Gwen and Ben in Neenah, Wisconsin.
Hello, I'm here with Ben Johnson, and he has some interesting inputs on the space race. Let's hear it, Ben.
This whole space race thing is so exciting. It makes me want to be a scientist. Do you think that we will ever make it to the moon? Maybe I will get to walk on the moon. Golly, that would be exciting. I want to see a rocket. That would be awesome. Maybe we'll blow up. OMG, I'm just kidding. That would be sad. Oh gosh, I love the space race. Can I meet that scientist who you were talking to? It was pretty cool.
Oh gosh, Ben has a lot to say. It's nice to get input from today's youth. Back to Barbara and Kathy.
Wow, what a swell little boy. That's all we have for you tonight. I'm your host, Barbara, and this is my co-host, Kathy Walters. Have a great night.
This is why I'm hot. 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 This is why this is why I'm hot.
Oh golly, that would be splendid. Well, that's all we have for today. Tune in for tomorrow for some, I don't know, something in space.
Oh my, that is exciting. Actual space scientists who took part in the Sputnik launch. Oh,
Hi.
thanks, Barbara and Kathy. We are in Russia today with an actual space scientist who took part in the Sputnik. Thanks, Kathy and Barbara. I'm here in Russia again with the scientist who was involved within the new. Thanks, Kat.